November. This video is dedicated to Silver, also known as my girlfriend. So not only is silver used in solar panels and has its monetary feature, just saw an article the other day. Samsung showcases an EV battery that delivers a 966 kilometer range with a 9-minute charge and a 20-year lifespan. And it basically uses a whole bunch of silver in it. So a typical 100 kilowatt battery pack uses about 1 kilo of silver. So we just got another industrial use for her. Okay, well, let's get into some charts. We'll go through silver itself, ASX, or the ASX listed ones, and the ETF. Okay, so just taking a monthly chart here. You can see up here if you want to know the time frames. So for those who have never seen it, the wonderful cups within cups within cups and handles. It's a beautiful picture. Okay, so she broke over 50, 52, had a sniff of fresh air, and she liked it. She'll be back and taking this out. I don't know when, but it will be taken out. If we just go down to a lower time frame. So this, we're on a daily chart here. So I don't usually use the 50, but this is the 50-day moving average. Sort of the 20 is sort of short-term support usually. 50 is a nice one to use for. Okay, is that enough? Anyway, as I said, I think it was on Thursday or Friday, we got a bit of a reverse head and shoulders, or simplify it, a bit of a rounded bottom happening here. So what would be perfect is to see silver for a few days just consolidate in this range here and then take that out. So as long as she stays above like $47, then I reckon that's pretty good. Now I also like silver more than gold because of this ratio. Some of you may have heard it before, the gold-silver ratio. So essentially this is when you want to sell your gold and buy silver, and then when it gets down here you want to sell your silver and buy gold. So we're currently at 82. So at some stage you expect silver to get down to 40. So that means that gold price could stay where it is and the silver price doubles. Yeah. Alright, so just go through a few other metals that are usually mined with silver. So zinc on its way up, and lead getting ready. Okay, if we look at silver in Aussie dollars, so again, if we do a daily, it's come down and touched the 50, so making all the right moves. So how do you get that? ATP Mag is the physical silver ETF. I put the official buy. It's been hard to do it up here because we were buying it down here when I started the channel, and it's just been hard to get a consolidation because that's the perfect entry, a bit of a up consolidation go. So I've got to pull the pin at some stage for people who aren't in it, and I reckon now's a good time. So my favourite ETF is the SILJ ETF. This is full of, actually that's what I should, so these, so that's the ETF. If we just take a quick look and make, so this Coeur, so Coeur has a $15, okay, so let's just step back a little bit, sorry, so 15, so Coeur has a $15 ASIC, which is basically their cost of production. So you can see all down here, like they're not making much money at $15, and now, so I guess to, let's say 55, that's a $40 margin on a $15 cost. So when we look at their share prices and go, oh shit, geez, they've run a lot, haven't they? Well, so is their profit margins. So if we go to a daily, so it's sitting on the 50, First Majestic sitting in between, Heckler, same, Wheaton. So Wheaton's a royalty company, so they tend to get hit a little bit harder than the miners, but this will be back up here in no time. It's one of the best royalty companies you can buy in the world. Endeavour Silver looks fine, and OR is another royalty company, and they'll be back up in fine. I've been buying this just myself down here. Okay, so alright, so we've gone wide. Like now, another reason why I think SILJ's still undervalued, if we do the SILJ to silver ratio, so it's still SILJ undervalued compared to silver. So if we've got more upside in silver to go, then we've got more upside in SILJ. And the same with I prefer SILJ over GDXJ, because you can see here this is a really long-term wedge happening here. So I expect SILJ to outperform GDXJ. Okay. Now, if SILJ you can only get in the US, so if you can't do that, then the next best option is this XMET. It's got a few, mainly copper, but next in line is silver mines, and there's nothing wrong with copper. I reckon, so I had to put the official buy on that. Okay, so let's go through just in alphabetical order. The silver stocks on the ASX. So we've got Argent, ARD. So they're still sort of drilling, really. They're near Newmont's mine. Anyway, they've come back to support now, so I don't think there's any problems buying that. AVM, Advanced Metals. So they've got a silver gold project in Mexico. Now there's a big difference actually. We'll just, as a quick look, you can see Ardent's 69.7 grams per tonne, which is decent for an Australian package land, but over in Mexico, like you're getting 570 grams per tonne. So our mines are typically low grades, so you sort of got to, whereas in Mexico they're high grades. Anyway, I'd probably waiting to see just a little. I haven't put a buy on this one. Doesn't mean I don't like it. Just would like to see it, if it comes down a bit more, I'd buy it. If you hold it. Okay, so AZI, they've got it's more of a zinc, but zinc and silk. There's very few pure silver mines. They usually come with gold, silver, or zinc, lead, silver. Anyway, AZI, still want them to do a little bit more. AQI, so they're good in Sweden. So I reckon I'm using the weekly charts here for these ones. So they look pretty safe to buy now. Andean. And this is one of my preferred ones, and Chile. So I reckon they're one of the ones who are closest to start mining, even though that's still a couple of years away. So I think Andean's come back, done a nice retest there. BHM, so they've got in Australia an old mine. So it's an old mine that used to produce, and they're just basically starting it up. So it's a zinc lead silver mine. So I think that's a pretty good entry point to get into it. Boab, so they're in WA. So they're producing. Boab, so they're in WA. I think their development phase just getting into construction at the moment. So they're a lead silver play. Now they run pretty hard here. That was your entry point down here. So I haven't put a buy on them. I'd like to see them do a bit more consolidation. If you not hold it, ILT. So there's Silver Indium in Queensland. Same thing. I think down here would be a lower risk entry point. IVR. Okay, so I don't mind this one. The guy who runs it, the boss, he's built a mine before, so that's always good. You know, they're in there not just to drill holes, but to get things going. I'd be pretty happy to buy that one. They have run a bit hard, but they've come back. There's a lot of support around here, so that's good. JBY. So they actually had a good gold project, and then they've acquired another silver project in Texas. So they got two good projects there. That's right in there. That's a buy. I mean, look at that. It's right in the support area here. So I feel a lot more comfortable buying that. No reason why these things can't get back to where they were. Mithril. So they got a 50% interest in a gold silver project in Mexico. So they've come back to a pretty low risk entry point. MMA. So they're near in Queensland, near South 32's mine. Just did a raise at 35 cents. So unfortunately, that's what happens with these companies aren't producing. Is they when their share prices rise a lot, they tend to do a capital raise because then they can get money. It's the nature of the beast. So yeah, that's just life with the development explorer company. Anyway, it came back down here and got big wick. So I got bought up, so I reckon that's pretty safe, a pretty safe buying spot around there. SVL, okay, so they got a good project in New South Wales. They're just waiting on environmental approvals so they can get going, starting the next development phase. So I mean, if you like it, it's a good entry point. Yeah, just that risk. They've got a lovely cup and handle pattern going on there. So that's really the only risk with this one, is waiting on that environmental approvals. USL, so they got a project in Argentina. So they've, you can see they're forming a nice, lovely rounding bottomy type pattern, come back down to support, so that's nice. MKR, not my kitchen rules, Manuka. So they're a small gold producer now, and they're looking at starting producing silver next year. They just did a raise at 7.5 cents again. So that's they've come right back to support. So I'd be happy to buy that. There's no reason why these things can't get back to where they were. Pol. So they actually are producing silver, zinc, lead, 30% silver. They had a mine explosion. 2 people died, which is sad. So I don't think they're going to start up production for a week, I think it is, they said. Yeah, I mean, so it's probably going to make a good buying opportunity. Just wait for price action. RCM. Okay, so this is the one with the funny chart all over the place. Anyway, they've got the Conrad Webb Silver Project, New South Wales. Very good grading, 400 grams per tonne. So that's like Mexico-like grading. Now they just did a placement at 3.5 cents a share, and Eric Sprott tipped in some money. Anyway, it's a good time to buy that one. If you want to wait, you wait for it to break 6 cents to confirm an entry point. Sun Silver. So these guys win the Best Promoter Award. They're everywhere. You see their ads. They're dual listed. So they've come right back down to support. So happy to buy that. The boss, the guy who's running it, knows what he's doing. It's got a bunch of silver, 490 million ounces. So it's cheap on a sort of market cap to resource point of view. So yeah, nice. No big gaps. And then lastly we got the West Coast Eagles, West Coast Silver. So they just started drilling. So they've went a bit early there. But I reckon now, so this is a nice deeper retracement, which is good. So it's been pretty hard to get in. This one run a lot earlier than the other ones. So it's been hard to put a buy when it was going up here, but now it's consolidated back into a nice range here, so I'd be pretty happy to buy that one. Alright, that's your silver wrap. If you've got any comments, let us know. You got any other silver plays you know about, let us know. Otherwise, hi ho silver, go girlfriend.